140. Chris Ambrose appears as defense counsel. Jill Gillette as prosecuting attorney. Wayne Moeller appears apparently on his own Zoom. Mr. Moeller, you were specifically ordered to appear at the Greenwood County Courthouse. You do not appear to be at the Greenwood County Courthouse.
I have a letter said by Zoom.
Zoom from the courthouse, Mr. Moeller. You know what? I very specifically noted here that you were told that you were to appear at the Greenwood County Courthouse.
But,
and participate from there.
I got an email that I thought it was through Zoom.
Well,
I didn't know I was supposed to be at the courthouse.
Yes, that's where you were supposed to be. And then you could participate from the Greenwood County Sheriff's monitored Zoom location.
all right, we're already starting strong. This one is Brecken's fault. She tried to get it to me during the stream yesterday, which she probably did, but it was right at the end. So, you know, we're doing it today instead.
At the Greenwood County Courthouse.
Okay.
So you didn't follow the court's direction, Mr. Moeller.
I didn't know. I just went off the letter that I got.
And there might have been some error from my office, Your Honor, and I apologize.
Mr. Ambrose, you don't have any authority to change what the court ruled.
I understand, Your
The
Honor.
court gave specific direction to a defendant. You do not have the authority to change it. And Mr. Moeller, you certainly don't have authority on your own to change it. If you're told to appear at the courthouse, that is exactly where I expect you to be.
Yes, sir.
All right. The court's
Mr. Ambrose, I'm not even going to allow you to fall on your sword. How's that?
understanding that the evidentiary suppression hearing that was originally set for this date is no longer necessary. Mr. Ambrose, can you explain the current status of the case?
Yes, Your Honor. The plan today is to go ahead and enter a plea involving this case that would resolve the case. First would be the form of the plea will be no contest. Mr. Moeller will be pleading to an amended count 1, which will amend it from level 2 to level 4. And then secondly, he will be pleading no contest to count 5, which is a level 9 criminal carrying of a weapon. Upon entry of the plea, the state is going to dismiss the balance of the case with prejudice.
All right. The announcement that the defendant would be pleading no contest to counts 1 as amended, to a level 4 drug felony, and also to count 5, the level 9 non-person felony of criminal carrying of a weapon. Is that consistent with your understanding as to how this Moeller case would be handled, Ms. Gillette?
It is, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Moeller, is it also your understanding that you would be resolving your case today by entering no contest pleas to count 1 as amended and count 5?
Yes.
All right, I've got a number of questions I need to ask you regarding the taking of a felony plea. If there's anything asked of you you do not fully understand, that the court will give you time to confer separately with your lawyer privately at any point. Just let the court know if you need that time to get further private advice, okay?
Okay.
All right,
Judge,
Mr. Moeller,
just one. As he's pleading, he also needs to know this is a registration plea. I think Mr. Ambrose went over that with him, that distribution of meth is, so as he's pleading, that is a consequence.
That's correct, Brian.
Mr. Moeller, I'll need you to speak up when you answer. I just want to make sure that the court and all participants hear your answers to the court's questions.
Okay.
State your full legal name for the record.
Wayne Allen Moeller,
How old are you right now?
35.
It's the highest level of education that you've attained.
GED.
Do you believe you're going to have difficulty understanding any of the legal concepts we're going to be discussing in court here this morning?
No.
Okay. That was a no response, correct?
Right.
Okay. There seems to be some hesitation or a delay in your responses. All right. Mr. Moeller, have you ever been adjudged to be mentally ill?
No.
Are you currently under the influence of alcohol or any drug?
No.
Are you currently taking any type of prescription medication?
No.
Are you supposed to be taking any mental health medications that you are not currently taking?
No.
So, Mr. Mueller, do you believe your mind is clear this morning and that you have a full understanding of what's going on here in court?
Yes.
Do you understand the nature of the charge that was amended? The unlawful distribution of a controlled substance is now a level 4 drug felony. Do you understand the nature of that charge?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you understand the nature of the charge in count 5, which is criminal carrying of a weapon?
Yes, sir.
You understand that when you enter pleas of no contest, you are not necessarily admitting that you committed these acts, but you're also not contesting that you be convicted of these just the same. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You further understand that when you enter pleas of no contest, you give up any legal defenses that you might have had to those charges.
Yes.
Are you aware that in a trial, the state must present evidence against you that if you wanted to testify in your case at your choice, you could, but no one could force you or compel you to testify against yourself if you didn't want to? Do you understand that?
Yes.
You understand that when you enter a plea of no contest, you give up these valuable trial rights that the court has described.
Yes.
Are you also aware that you have a right to a trial by jury and that before you could be found guilty, that jury would have to be satisfied as to your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes.
You understand that when you enter pleas of no contest, you give up your right to a trial by jury and the requirement that you be found guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to appeal a guilty verdict if you have a trial.
Yes.
You further understand that you may appeal your sentence after entering pleas of no contest, but generally, you may not appeal your judgments of conviction after you enter such pleas.
Yes.
Are you aware of the possible sentences that could be imposed as a result of these no contest pleas that you're attempting to make?
Yes.
Let's look at the level 4 drug line in regards to count 1. For that offense, in the most favorable criminal history category of I, you could receive as little as a 14-month prison sentence. In the worst criminal history category of A, you could receive up to a 51-month prison sentence. So the sentencing range is 14 to 51 months in prison, depending on your criminal history. As you sit today, we do not know with certainty what your criminal history is. You, better than anyone else here, should know what your own criminal record looks like. Do you understand that the Court Services Department will do a check of your criminal history, and based on the research that exists as of date of sentencing, that determines where you fall along the level 4 drug line, and then you'll be sentenced accordingly. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You also understand that if you have a person felony on your record at time of sentencing, you would be just a straight presumptive prison case. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You also understand that at level 4 on the drug grid, essentially the entire line is presumptive prison. However, categories E through I are what we call border boxes. The court, without a departure finding, can grant a community-based alternative to prison. Do you understand this, Mr. Mueller?
Yes, sir.
But you understand that that is a discretionary call with the court.
Yes.
All right. The non-drug offense grid charging count 5, which is criminal carrying of a weapon, is a level 9 non-drug felony. On that sentencing grid, the lowest possible sentence that could be imposed in criminal history category I would be 5 months in prison. However, in category A, it could go up to 17 months. So the sentencing range for a level 9 crime generally is 5 to 17 months in prison. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You also understand that in addition, the level 4 drug crime is punishable by up to a $300,000 fine. And do you understand that the level 9 non-drug crime is punishable by up to an additional $100,000 fine? Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
In addition to any fines that can be imposed, Are you aware that you could be assessed and be required to pay court costs, certain fees, including reimbursement of legal fees and expenses, and restitution to victims, if any are owed, as part of your sentencing orders?
Yes, sir.
You also understand that as a direct consequence of this plea, you will be sentenced to an extended period of reporting probation, reporting parole, or post-release supervision, which is your state parole time that you do after you get out of prison, as deemed appropriate by the court at time of sentencing.
Yes, sir.
You also understand that both probation and post-release supervision periods generally start at 12 months in duration, but can run up to 60 months under some circumstances. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You also understand that the Kansas Sentencing Guidelines Act contains many special sentencing rules. Do you understand that if any special rules apply to you and your situation, it could affect your eligibility for probation or otherwise affect your sentence? Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Moeller, did you have an ample opportunity to discuss fully legal matters like that with your counsel?
Yes, sir.
Are you satisfied with the services and advice given to you by your lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Now, this set of no contest pleas that you're attempting to make, have they been based upon any threat or promises as to what this court will do in regards to your sentence or any other type of threat or promise?
No, sir.
You understand that if there are any plea deals between your counsel and the county attorney's office, that this court is not bound by any agreements made. The court may and shall consider them as recommendations, but is not bound by them. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you formally, how do you plead to the charge in amended count 1, unlawful distribution of a controlled substance, a level 4 drug felony?
No contest.
And what is your plea to count 5, which is criminal carrying of a weapon, a level 9 non-person felony?
No contest.
I'd ask the state to provide a concise, factual basis for each of these two offenses.
Your Honor, Deputy Taylor Cordell was on duty in Madison, Greenwood County, Kansas on July 26, 2024. She noted a Chevy Tahoe traveling southbound on K99 with window tint that was extremely dark. It was like limousine window tint that's too dark to see in. The Tahoe turned into the dog.
It's the tint, people. It's the tint. If you get tint, you're going to get tooken.
Dollar General parking lot, and the male driver exited the vehicle and entered the store. She didn't get to do the traffic stop before he went into the store. As he came out, she had run the 60-day tag and found the register owner, Wayne Moeller, had a restricted license and was only to go to court, legal appointments, and medical. Dollar General's not a medical, legal, or work appointment. He did not work at that store. She knew all the employees there. As they saw her waiting for them to leave, they crossed the street and pulled into a residential drive. They also did not live at the residential drive. The resident had come out to get his mail. They had asked him for directions, but he did not know them. Mr. Moeller was restricted and Miss Cheshwala only had an ID. They were not to be driving, and he had dropped his daughter off in Emporia.
Okay, counsel, can we get to the two offenses that this defendant's attempting to plead to?
Yes. So K9 was called because the vehicle was not free to leave and had a positive alert on the vehicle. The search of the vehicle netted in the center console with access to the defendant, a black zippered pouch containing bundles of white crystalline methamphetamine. There were several different baggies and a glass smoking bong. There were multiple things in there with it. There was also a firearm between the seats, or near the seat. There was I believe it was an AR firearm and an unopened brand new box of FMJ rounds. The firearm would not be legal for him to have, as he had was addicted to drugs, and those who are addicted to drugs may not carry that. There was also a shotgun with a barrel less than 18 inches in length in the vehicle with rounds that went to the shotgun. And within the vehicle, there was also a funnel, a scoop, scales, and other items that would be indicative of preparing methamphetamine for sale. The net weight of methamphetamine was approximately 54 grams when it was weighed by the officer. It went to the KBI lab, tested positive for methamphetamine. There was another bag of methamphetamine found that weighed 39.41 grams. A smaller bag that was weighed 0.73 grams. I believe that covers the extent of the 2 felonies, Your Honor.
Mr. Mueller, at this time, do you enter pleas of no contest and accept conviction for level 4 drug felony in count 1, unlawful distribution of a controlled substance?
Yes.
Do you now enter a plea of no contest and accept conviction for count 5, criminal carrying of a weapon, a level 9 non-person felony?
Yes.
Mr. Ambrose, do you know of any legal reason why the court shouldn't accept your client's plea?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Lett, are you aware of any such legal reason?
No, Judge, I would like to add that part of the plea agreement is those weapons will be surrendered to the sheriff's office for disposal under proper law.
Is there going to be any objection to that?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Ambrose?
No, Judge.
Very well. All right, Mr. Mueller, do you know of any legal reason or any other good reason why the court shouldn't accept your pleas of no contest here today?
No.
The court will accept the no contest pleas made by the defendant, Wayne Moeller, and finds that those pleas are made voluntarily. He has an understanding of the nature of the charges against him and the consequences of the plea, and the factual basis for each charge does exist. The court finds the defendant guilty pursuant to acceptance of his no contest pleas, and adjudges him therefore convicted of the crime in amended count 1, unlawful distribution of a controlled substance, methamphetamine, a level 4 drug felony. Also count 5, criminal carrying of a weapon, a level 9 non-person felony. All other charges of the information are dismissed pursuant to plea agreement. Court orders a pre-sentence report be completed to accurately determine Mr. Mueller's criminal history, and the court will set an appropriate date for sentencing. Mr. Mueller, one reason I wanted you at the courthouse today, that it would be the court's preference that you meet in person with a court services officer in Greenwood County right after your plea. Obviously, you didn't show up at the courthouse like you were supposed to, so that can't happen even if we had an officer on duty. But I'm going to set a sentencing date about 2 months out. I will order you to comply with the pre-sentence investigation, including any assessments that you're asked to do. You very well may be asked to do a risk needs assessment, and then independently of that, a substance abuse assessment, Mr. Mueller. It is up to you to make sure that your assessments get timely scheduled and completed so that there's no delay in your sentencing, because I'm likely to hold you responsible if these assessments don't get done and our sentencing gets delayed. September the 11th, 3:00 p.m., Mr. Ambrose?
That should be fine, Your Honor.
The court will set the Mueller sentencing for Thursday, September 11 at 3:00 p.m. Mr. Mueller, you may want to write this down since you apparently have some memory issues as to what the court tells you. You are required to appear at the Greenwood County Courthouse in Eureka, Kansas. You are not authorized to participate from any other location. Do you understand that?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Greenwood County Courthouse in Eureka. The sheriff's office will direct you as to where you need to go. And we'll conduct sentencing at 3:00 p.m. Thursday, September the 11th.
All right.
Bring in
I
toothbrush.
want you to write down another phone number, Mr. Moeller. I'm going to give you the district's court services number. Area code 316-322-4153. I'll order you to call them right after we get off of this hearing. You need to just let them know that you've been convicted of a couple of felonies over in Greenwood County, and what else do you need to do? And they'll give you
Okay.
direction as to what you need to do next in the pre-sentence investigation process, okay?
Okay.
Did you get that number written down, Mr. Moeller?
Yeah.
316-322-4153. And again, call them right after court.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Gillette, is there anything further that the court needs to address?
Since he's not here in person, his registration form that I have prepared has been emailed to yourself, Mandy, Mr. Ambrose, my staff, and Ms. Wheeler, and as many CSOs as I could remember, because I don't know who will be assigned his PSI, but that form is readily available now for him to sign. Had he been here, he would have signed it and I would have gotten it filed for the court, but it has been transmitted to everyone that would need it. So he'll need to make sure he signs his registration form, and he should be aware that he has to register from today. I don't know if he registers already for something else. But it would be when we get to sentencing a lifetime registration if he's already registering on a different case. But he needs to be aware that he must stay current on his registration as of today. That's all I had, Your Honor.
Mr. Moeller, are you currently subject to an offender registration requirement?
Yes.
All right, well, you need to continue to register pursuant to that. Because of your conviction for this offense, you also have triggered an offender registration requirement. You'll have to sign a new notice of duty to register. That's going to be something you're going to do very early in the process here as you get ready for sentencing. So you are under
Okay.
that registration requirement as of right now.
Okay.
All right. All right, Mr. Ambrose, are you aware of anything further that needs to be addressed?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Mueller, you have any questions about what we've done here?
No, sir.
Mr. Mueller, when you appear for sentencing on Thursday, September 11, where are you going to be?
Greenwood County?
Okay, that's awfully general. How about the Greenwood County Courthouse in Eureka?
Yeah, the courthouse in Eureka.
Okay, all right, that's the appropriate response. And we'll see you at that time, and then again, make sure that you get those assessments that are requested by the Court Services Department scheduled and completed as soon as possible.
Okay.
If there's nothing further at this time, then the Wayne Moeller matter will currently be in recess, and this meeting may be ended for all this time.
Thank you, Judge.
There you have it. It was fun. Actually, the best part was the beginning when Ricky got all cranky about not being there. This was speculation in the chat was that he was altered today, and I agree, or whatever the day that was. I believe it was yesterday. But I have serious doubts he shows up on September 11th. But I have no doubt that Judge Ricky will order the appropriate the appropriate action if he does not show up. If he's going to skip that, he better get the hell out of Kansas. That's all I'm saying. All right. Thank y'all for coming out. I appreciate it. I will see y'all soon.